Today we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to read some Bible verses that have to do with metals. It's to my surprise, and maybe to yours too, that the Bible is rich and full of references to metal, specifically silver and gold, bronze, and they have a spiritual connotation. So we're going to read some of those verses today as you watch me make a pendant. We're starting with Psalm 19. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. And I know other versions say the firmament proclaims his handiwork. Day to day pours out speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. There is no speech, nor are there words, whose voice is not heard. Their voice goes out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them he has set a tent for the sun, which comes out like a bridegroom, leaving his chamber, and like strong men, runs its course with joy. Its rising is from the end of the heavens, and its circuit to the ends of them, and there is nothing hidden from its heat. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandments of the Lord are pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The rules of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, even much fine gold. And there's the reference to metals. So all these things are more desirable than gold. Sweeter also than honey, the drippings of the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is your servant warned. In keeping them, there is great reward. Who can discern this error? Who can discern his errors? Declare me innocent from inside faults. Keep back your servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then I shall be blameless, and the innocent of great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Now we're going to read Exodus, starting in chapter 12, verse 33. The Egyptians were urgent with the people to send them out of the land in haste, for they said, we shall all be dead. So the people took their dough before it was leavened, and their kneading bowls being bound up in their cloaks and on their shoulders. The people of Israel had also done as Moses had told them, for they had asked the Egyptians for silver and gold jewelry and for clothing. And the Lord had given the people favor in sight of the Egyptians, so that they let them have what they asked. Thus they plundered the Egyptians. Now that is absolutely amazing. They were like, get out of here, because all the plagues were descending upon Egypt. And I think they were just fed up and wanted the Hebrews to get out of there so all the plagues would stop. So they took all their silver and gold, essentially, and plundered them. And later on in Exodus, we will read about them using that same gold and silver to build the tabernacle and the Ark of the Covenant and all the things that God had told Moses and given him instructions to build. And here we have in Exodus chapter 25, we're going to read, a lot of this chapter is full of talk of gold and how to build this, the Ark of the Covenant, and these things that he was asking them to build. So we're going to start in so it's chapter 25, verse 10. They shall make an ark of acacia wood, 2 cubits, and a half shall be its length, a cubit and a half its breadth, and a cubit and a half its height. You shall overlay it with pure gold, inside and outside shall you overlay it, and you shall make on it a molding of gold around it. You shall cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them on its 4 feet, 2 rings on one side of it, and 2 rings on the other side of it. You shall make poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold. And you shall put the poles onto the rings on the sides of the ark to carry the ark by them. The poles shall remain in the rings of the ark, and they shall not be taken from it. And you shall put into the ark the testimony that I shall give you. You shall make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half shall be its length, and a cubit and a half its breadth. And you shall make 2 cherubim of gold, of hammered work shall you make them, on the 2 ends of the mercy seat. Make 1 cherub on the one end, and 1 cherub on the other end. Of one piece with the mercy seat shall you make the cherub on its 2 ends. The cherub shall spread out their wings above, overshadowing the mercy seat with their wings. Their faces one to another, toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubim be. And you shall put the mercy seat on the top of the ark, and in the ark you shall put the testimony that I shall give you. There I will meet with you, and from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubim that are on the ark of the testimony, I will speak. I will speak with you about all that I will give you in commandment for all the people of Israel. I find it so interesting that God used gold in the very place he wanted to meet with us in the Exodus story. Now, what is it about gold? What is it about the purity of gold, or the spiritual aspects of it? Or, I mean, we know that it connects electricity. We know that it is like antimicrobial. We know that it is one of the elements from the earth. We know that it can be purified, and that's a significance for sure, that it can be purified. It can also be hammered and beaten out and drawn out into different shapes and overlaid over wood, like they're talking about in here. And I find it interesting, they used acacia wood, and then all of it had to be overlaid with gold. And even they cast gold rings to make these rings for the poles to go through to carry the Ark of the Covenant. So, we think we're so advanced today, but these guys were able to make all of these things. And can you imagine what it looked like? I'm certain that if this was where God wanted to meet with men at the Ark of the Covenant, that it was absolutely beautiful. And I can't even imagine how amazing it looked. There we have a finished copper mountain pendant with a blue topaz. Have a blessed day today, and remember to be thankful.